So as you take your next inhale, let's inhale really wide if possible, using your umbrella breath. And then a long exhale or sigh, depending on what you need right now. And a couple more of those. So just a big, wide inhale. And then a slow exhale, getting every last bit of air out. And you can try to keep this type of breathing throughout your practice. Good. And then we'll straighten out the legs. And as you take an inhale again, let's inhale and just flex the right ankle so the toes pull back towards the shin. And then exhale, relax that ankle. And then inhale, flex the left ankle. And exhale, relax it. Good. And then inhale, flex both ankles. And exhale, relax. Good. Now we're going to add the opposite arm. So as you flex the right ankle, let's take the left arm overhead. Inhale. And then as you exhale, bringing the arm down and relaxing the ankle. Same thing, other side, left ankle, right arm. And exhale, relax and bring it down. And then all four. And we're exhaling, bringing it down. And then we'll repeat the same thing a couple of times. You can go at your own pace. Okay, so doing opposite sides and then both. Letting your breath lead the way. And then after you do it twice and both arms come down, just relax for a moment. Notice how your mind feels. Notice how your body feels. Following your breath in and out. Now let's inhale and reach both arms and through both heels again. And exhale, bring your right knee in and catch it with your hand. Good. Just hold there for a breath or two, but reach through your left heel as though you were standing on it on the floor. Try to relax through your shoulders. And now let's use the right hand to make circles with the right knee and hip. And you can notice how big these want to be today in your body. And then reverse the circles. Good. And then bringing that leg back to center, let's bend the left leg and place the foot on the floor and inhale, stretch the right leg up. And exhale, bend it. And you can use your hands behind your right thigh, or, you could always put a strap there if you have one. And now the next time you get that leg up there straight, let's leave it there and relax through your shoulders and your jaw. And just notice if you can get it all the way straight. Following your breath in and out. Good. And now let's take your blanket and just it's leave it folded up, but put it on the bottom of your foot, of that right foot, extending it up toward the ceiling. Good. And just notice, so now you're not holding with your hands, so just make sure that feels okay on your back. And just notice if you can get the leg all the way straight. And then start to move the leg slightly over to the left. And exhale, bring it back up to center. And we're going to repeat that. So you're just bringing it across your body a little bit toward the left, and notice which muscles you might feel stretching. And exhale, bring it back. So just to the left, across your body. Good. And then bringing it back to center, now take it out to the right a little bit. Just as far as you don't want the blanket to fall, right? Just a little bit out to the right, and exhale, bring it back up. Try to control the movement with the muscles of your core. Relaxing through your jaw and your face. Good. And then come back up to the center now. And now we're going to leave the leg where it is, but can you turn the leg so that the toes point toward the right, and then back to center, and then toward the left? And of course, if you need a break for your leg, then take a break at any time. So I'm leaving the leg, I'm not going out to the right or out to the left. I'm just turning in the hip socket, and I'm allowing the ankle to follow with that. You guys losing your blanket? That happens. Yeah, it's a big stretch, huh, Heidi? Yeah. You know what you could also do? If you wanted to use a strap, you could always grab a strap and put it underneath the blanket, so you had a little extra support there. Yeah. Or just take a break too. If you bend your left knee, it'll be a little easier too. Yeah. Good. Okay. And now you've been turning it, right? Just bring it back to center. And now, how about big circles? Like when we draw circles on the ceiling with our leg? Yeah. And you're trying to put the sole of your foot to face the ceiling, which is part of what makes it hard because you're stretching the calf a lot. And then circle the opposite way. Okay. And now come back to center. You can take the blanket off of your foot and just place it on your belly. And then let's straighten out both legs and notice the difference in the two sides. So just notice the difference in sensations in the two legs, which you'll probably notice a big difference. Yeah. And then in also how it touches the floor might be slightly different too. And then follow your breath in and out. All right, now let's put the blanket to the side because I forgot we're going to do the hip first, okay? So just set it to the side or beneath your head, and inhale, stretch your arms over. And exhale, bring the left knee in and give it a squeeze, just holding on to it for a breath or two, reaching through the right heel as though you were standing on the floor. Good. Following your breath in. And as you breathe out, let's use the left hand to draw circles with that left hip and knee. Trying to soften through your tongue, through your face. And now let's make circles in the opposite direction. Good. And then coming back to the center, let's hold behind the leg or use a strap and bend the right knee, placing the foot on the floor. Good. And then inhale, stretch the left leg up, and exhale, bend a few times. Good, and then we'll leave the leg up there for a couple of breaths. Good, and now let's take our blanket and we'll place it on the bottom of the foot. Now, if it's hard, you can do it for a little while and take breaks, or you could do it for a little while and then add the strap that, at the bottom of the foot beneath the blanket. I'm going to stretch it up here. First, just feel the weight of it there. See if you can get the leg all the way straight. Try to relax through your face and jaw, especially if this is challenging for you. Notice if you're clenching anywhere. And we're going to start by inhaling to take the leg over to the right a little bit. You can choose how far to go. So across your body toward the other leg. And then exhale, bring it back to center. So you're trying to feel that your core is also stabilizing you here. Good. Notice where you feel the stretch as you start to go across. How does it change? Good, and now we'll go out to the side, out to the left, Same thing, inhale, go a little ways, and exhale, bring it back up and just decide what amount feels right in your body and try to relax through your jaw and through your face, your shoulders. Good, and then coming up to the center, let's try our circles. Oh, I forgot the turns, but we'll do that after. Yeah, we'll do that next. Just notice how big you want the circles to be. And then circle in the opposite direction. Try to control it with your core. And then let's come back to center, and now we'll do the rotation. So the leg doesn't move out to the side, it just rotates in the hip socket. You can turn it out to the left and then back through center and then turn it to the right. And just notice how these hip motions feel all the way through your leg and into the hip. Good, and then coming back to center, we'll take the blanket off as you're ready. Straighten out both legs and just notice the two sides. Straighten them on the floor, following your breath in and out. Good, and now let's bend our knees one at a time here. And inhale to spread the arms out to a T, widen the feet, and then exhale, windshield wiper the knees side to side. You can allow your head to turn too if you'd like, either toward your knees or away from your knees. Good, and then coming back up to the center with your feet. If you've got anything behind your head, just taking it out of the way as we set up for bridge pose. So feet and knees a little bit wider than hips distance. Arms relaxed anywhere. And then we're going to do some arms. We're going to add some arms. So actually, let's just do the arms first, okay? So we're going to inhale, take the right arm overhead. And exhale, bring the right arm down. And then when it gets down, just turn your head to the right. And then inhale, head back to center as you take left arm overhead. And exhale, bringing left arm down and letting head turn to left. Good. And then head back to center as both arms go overhead as you inhale. And as you exhale, arms come down, head stays in center. Okay, let's do just the arms again. Okay, so we're going to inhale, right arm up and over. Exhale, right arm comes down as head turns to right. Good. Inhale, head to neutral, left arm up and over. Exhale, arm comes down and head goes to left. Then head to neutral, both arms up and over. Exhale, arms come down, head stays in center. Okay, just pause when you get down for a moment. And so now every time we take one or both arms overhead, we're going to be lifting the hips off the floor into bridge pose. Okay, I'll talk you through it. So on your next inhale, we'll press into the feet, lift hips, and take right arm up and over. Lifting hips at the same time. And exhale, hips lower down, arm comes down, and then head rolls to the right. And then inhale, head back to neutral, left arm comes up and over as you lift hips up. Then exhale, hips lower down as arm comes down, and then head rolls to left. And then inhale, head to neutral, hips lift as both arms come up and over. Exhale, lowering hips and arms. I'm going to talk you through it again. Inhale, right arm up as hips lift. Exhale, lowering both down, and then head turns to right. Inhale, head to neutral, hips and left arm lift. Exhale, lowering down, and then head turns to left. Then inhale, head to neutral, both arms and hips lift. Exhale, lowering all down. And then just repeat it again on your own. It's okay if you don't get it just right. Just practice moving with the breath. And then once you've done it one time, try it again. Once you've done it a second time, you can draw your knees into your belly, holding above or below your knees, following your breath in and out. And then either placing your feet down and rolling to your side to press up, or you can curl up into a little ball if you want and rock and roll forward and back a few times to come up. And either one is fine. And then coming onto hands and knees. And just spreading your fingers wide, and let's move through some cats and cows. So rounding and arching the spine. You can move any way you'd like to move. Okay, you can move the hips, the ribs. Oh, that might have hurt her. Yes. Notice how your wrists and hands feel right now. And then let's find ourselves in neutral. So just in a tabletop position here. And let's spread the fingers wide so that you feel like you're stretching out your hands wider than you would normally do. Okay. And then try to press down at the fingertips. So at the very ends of each finger. Now, if your wrists are bothering you, just take your weight back, away from your hands, so you don't have as much weight on them. Okay. And if they're not bothering you, you can bring your shoulders over your wrists. Good. Keep breathing here. And now can you press down still at the fingertips, but also at the base of each finger and the thumb? Good. And now it's going to start to shift your weight around from side to side. And again, if you have wrist pain or troubles, you could try to keep your weight back and just do this a little bit. Or if you have a little more mobility and range, you might bring your weight forward toward the hands, making circles on the hands. Keep breathing. Just notice if you're starting to hold your breath. Good. Okay, now what we're going to do is bring your elbows down to the floor so that the elbows are below the shoulders. And you'll be relaxing your neck. And I think we've already done this session, but we might not have. I can't remember actually. We're going to turn the palms toward the ceiling and bring the thumbs toward the floor. Yeah, and then turn them back over and just relax your neck. Okay, we'll repeat the same thing. So we'll inhale, turn the palms toward the ceiling. Try to get the thumbs toward the floor, and then exhale, turn the palms back down. And just notice where you feel this. Like if the thumbs don't get toward the floor, notice where do you feel the restriction going on in your hands or forearms or wrists. And then the next time you inhale to take the palms up, let's make a fist. Yeah, that's it. And wrap the thumbs around your fist. That's it. And then press down where your wrists are and try to lift the knuckles up off the floor. Good. And then spread them back out. Spread the hands back out. Palms are still up. Good. And we're just going to repeat that. Okay. So we'll exhale to do the fist and lift. And we'll inhale to place the backs of the hands down and spread. And then relax your neck because it's pretty common here just to get tight, trying to hold your neck up. And again, just noticing, where you feel this. For me, I get tired through my forearms. I can feel those working. One more. And then when you spread it out this time, exhale, turn the palms back over and lift back up onto your hands. And then if you're okay to bear weight on the knees, we're just going to roll out the wrists real quick on here. You don't have to do it that way. You can do it however you want. Just kind of roll them, shake them out a little bit. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to come back to hands and knees. And I'm going to try to tilt the tail up like this, like in cat pose or cow, but without the chest going forward, just the tail. Okay, so the tail goes up toward the ceiling. And now try to get your mind in the feeling of your tail. In fact, let's tuck it under so you can feel the difference. Just notice that, and then inhale, tilt it up again. So you're just trying to get the feeling of when it's tucked and when it's tilted. Okay, now let's leave it tilted and start to sit back in the direction of your heels, not into any knee pain, just as far as you can go. But see how long you can keep the tail lifted. You know, start to try to feel in your mind when it tucks under and then rise back up. I'm just trying to feel that. If you have any knee pain, you might not be able to go back as far. Okay, now let's tuck the toes underneath behind us if they weren't already, so that even the little pinky toes, you might try to tuck under there and then tilt the tail up and same thing. It's just a little bit different. Good. And then the next time you come up to all fours, exhale and engage your abdominal muscles. Okay, inhale and widen the shoulder blades, protract them, just separate them. Good. And then exhale, you might try to lift your knees an inch off the floor. Maybe. You might have to come right back down. You'll have to tuck your toes under, Heidi, to do that. Yeah. I mean, to do that more easily. Good. Yeah. And then you can, good job, you guys. And then you can try it again. Okay. So you can either try to hold it for a few breaths. Make sure, of course, your wrists are okay. You could do this on forearms, right? I could do this the same way. Protract shoulder blades, engage core, and lift knees on my forearms if my wrists couldn't hold this. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready to come down, if you haven't already, come down. Hips are going to stay right over knees. We're going to stretch the arms forward to puppy dog pose. Just letting the head come down between the arms toward the floor. Put your arms however you need them to be. If it doesn't hurt your shoulders, try to have your arms straight. Really stretch them forward. If it hurts your shoulders, do what you need to do to stay out of pain. And now as you inhale, see if you can inhale really wide. And exhale. And just notice, so far in your practice, have there been, any thoughts or beliefs that have arisen for you that don't serve you very well? Any self-criticism or judgment or worry, all that stuff. So you become more aware of it. Okay, so next time, let's